Hey everybody, Hishitori here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a tutorial on how to draw male bodies that includes the slim guys and the buff guys. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So you guys know how I start the bodies off. I always start with the head and then I make my way down to the shoulders. So I did start with a rectangle at first, but then I changed it into a trapezoid because you know guys have more of a upper chest part shape to where it looks bigger than everything else kinda. And then I worked my way down to where I still kinda did the hourglass, except I cut the bottom part in half. So you know how on the female bodies it looks like an actual hourglass, but for the men, instead of extending the bottom part of the stomach, we're gonna raise it up a little because the guy's shape is a little bit different from a female's body. So always remember that. So when you draw the legs, the guy's legs are a little bit slimmer, and then on top of it they have a little bit of like a point curve to it versus just a full smooth curve of the legs like women's legs do. So think of it for men, they have more muscle in their legs and a little bit more shape to it instead of a smooth roundness to their legs and the rest of everything else, including their arms as well. Their arms are a little bit slimmer too, but they also have that little curve cut on them. I don't know why I said curve cut, but I'm pretty sure you know what I mean when you see the drawing of it. So what I forgot to do was, and I should have did a better example of it when I do the ankles, is draw circles on them. So that way you can tell where the ankles are along the ankle bones. The way I did it there, I don't know, I was not thinking when I did that. But just keep that in mind that that's what you're supposed to do. So the side view is pretty much self-explanatory. But yeah, so you draw the oval, and then for the stomach area, you draw a diamond, kind of like a diamond shape. And then the private part area, then you make your way down to the legs. When I drew the side part of the guy's legs, I still have the female's side view in my head, so I kind of made it look a little thick, and this is supposed to be a slim character. So later on you'll see the editing of it, but yeah, so that's what you'll do. So now we move on to the buff guys. So kind of do it the same way as any other male or female anatomy, except with this one, since they're buff, I did the same thing for drawing the trapezoid, but then instead of the bottom being straight, I kind of pushed it up you're drawing a triangle basically. So that's how I do the chest muscle, and then I draw the lines in the back to where extra back muscle is located. Then I draw in the shoulder blades for where it's going to be buff on, where the muscles are going to be at, and then I work my way down for where the midsection is going to be located on. So now we move on to the legs. Now like I said, for the slim bodies, for the legs, kind of want to add more points at the end. I don't know how to explain it, but instead of it being like I said, smooth and round and curved, you want to add a little bit of shape to it, with sharp corners, because guys' legs are pretty muscular. They're more muscular from time to time than a female's body, so always want to remember to do that. Even the same for the calves. The calves are the same way, so especially for the calf area, draw that sharp corner on it and then work your way down. And finally did the circles for the ankles, so now you see where the ankles are going to be located. So that is how you would do the buff guy's legs. The same method also applies to the arms as well, so don't forget that too. I have to say though, this is pretty fun, drawing a different shape of guys, because I don't really draw males that much. I'm kind of into more of the curvy women shape, because to me it's easier to draw versus the men. Now I would say this though, by drawing this type of buff, I don't know if I could go that extent to drawing big buff guys like All Might. All Might right there, he's so big, it's I don't know how to do that. I think that involves more shapes and bigger circles for his size. But yeah, this was a pretty fun experience, and I'm glad I did it. And then I'm also doing it for you guys as a beginner's tutorial. So last but not least is the side view of the buff guy. So I did something a little different versus what I did with the slim guy and every other shape is I just draw the oval out and then I draw the lower back area for where the back is located. And then the stomach part, and then I don't know why I add that little small section right there at the bottom, but that's technically where the stomach is, like the lower abs area. Then I draw everything else in, so to where the buffness of the legs and like the pec area also I forgot to mention too. So I draw the pec in, and then I don't know, I was just drawing like I forget what body part or what you call that for where the abs be, where it look like fish gills. But yeah, I was just drawing that in, just I guess trying to add some more detail, I don't know, to pass the time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I hope that this helped you guys out on knowing how to do the buff guys and the slim guys bodies. I also did the same thing to where I just drew out like the shapes that I used for drawing each body. So right now, I was just pretty much practicing like the male anatomies and everything that I did in this video. I was just seeing if like it works, which it does, you know. I wouldn't be lying to you guys, don't worry. So yeah, I was just looking at references online, like Pinterest or Google. You know, you can always go on those websites or apps and just search up references and then just practice it out. Like I would say at least maybe maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day you can practice on it. But you know, other than that, you know, you don't want to overdo it because you don't want to have art block. And you know, like I said, practice makes perfect, but also take breaks in between it. You know, like I said, you don't want to outburn yourself with what you're doing, how you're practicing it. You know, even just, you know, if you're like off work or off school or something, you know, you can just watch videos too of other people on how they draw and practice, you know, bodies and everything. And you know, like I said, it's a great way to know how to look at different bodies in different positions, different poses. So yeah, don't outburn yourself, don't overwork yourself. You know, take breaks if you need to. Just here I was just training myself, training my hand on how to draw males more often in different poses. So yeah, that's what you do. Just remember to look at references. Go on Google, go on Pinterest, probably go on Twitter. Well, it's called X now. Or anything. You can look up, no matter, you know, what type of person, what style, rather, you know, either they're in clothing or have clothing, you know, just something to keep your mind and keep your brain, you know, in practice mode of everything. So yeah, always do that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and I hope to see you guys next week on my next video. Bye!